I bet you want to know who's on the radio. Let's talk about it. I tell you what, you won't find a tandem better than these two. Let's talk about it. You ready for this? See, you didn't just stumble upon some random show. Nah, this here is destiny. Jeffery, Renee.
It's almost showtime, people.
Let's talk about it. Live with Jeffery and Renee. Watching is the best decision you'll ever make. Saturday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Only on www.statusnetwork.net. Call or text in live 470-251-4647. Hashtag Let's Talk with Jeffery and Renee.
You know what time it is.
And here are your hosts, Jeffery and Renee.
What is going on, Facebook family? What's going on, Instagram family? It's time for Let's Talk About It Live with Jeffery and Renee. Right here on Manifest TV, powered by the Status Network. This is exactly how we do it. Man, it's going to be some controversy up in here today. I hope y'all ready for it. I hope you got your seatbelts going and your popcorn ready. 470-251-4647 is the number. Renee, how was your week?
Busy. How was yours?
Busy. You know, this grown-up thing, this adulting thing is some bull. You know, last month, after I paid all my bills, they sent me some more bills.
Oh, yeah.
The same people.
Oh.
I just paid them. And again, they sent me more bills.
Did you owe it?
I mean, maybe, yeah.
Okay.
But like, you know, actually spending my money and the money leaving my account, I mean, that's ghetto. That's ghetto.
Don't you think we should work and automatically keep a certain percentage of our money and then a certain percentage should go to bills? Like we keep at least 80% of our money and 20% should be the maximum amount they can charge us for bills.
Oh, you mean they can? Oh, I love that.
I love it too.
I thought you were talking about being fiscally responsible with your money, living below your means.
Oh, no.
You mean they can't charge us no more?
That's right.
I love it. Hey, that's a concept right there because, you know, right now they got it backwards.
They do.
They have you working, they take all your money, leave you high and dry, don't pay you enough in some instances, and still expect you to meet your debt obligations on time. Pay us more money. You know, that's something we can talk about.
Yes.
All these millions of jobs are available right now in this economy. And there are a lot of people that are like, you know what, I'm good. Y'all didn't pay us enough. It's apparent y'all didn't pay us enough. Mm-hmm. I read a story about a man who is the CEO of the company. I can't think of the name of the company. He said, you know what, instead of paying me $1 million salary, we're going to pay all of our employees at least $70,000.
Wow.
Now, his pay was greatly reduced from $1 million to right around $70,000. And they have virtually no turnover. This company is a case study for the Harvard Business School. Mm-hmm. So employers, and you know, I don't mean this to disparage. Well, I'm actually talking about the United States economy. This economy, the model, it hadn't changed since slavery.
Yeah.
Pay as little as possible.
And work them to death.
Work them to death and keep the profits.
Mm-hmm.
That's nothing new. So, you know, how do you feel about that, Renee?
I think it's time for a change, but, I mean, we still got to remember where we at.
Got to remember. Now, I was talking to a friend the other day, and they have an opportunity with the new company.
Okay.
And the reputation that this company has is just sterling. And so when you get on with them, that's virtually the last job you're going to have.
Oh.
That's how good they treat their people. That's how well they pay their people. And if you have a business model like that, people will fight to get qualified to work for you.
Right.
Instead, you know what? Personally speaking, I had to call Capital One. I made my payment on my credit card. They said your payment will be reflected in 7 days. I'm like, what in the fooshniggity is this? It's cleared my account. I pay my bills on time. Let's call and just get some clarity.
Okay.
I call. The young lady said, hi, whatever her name was, how can I help you? I said, listen, I have a question about my bill.
Right.
I made my payment. I'm going to say I made my $10 payment. But it's saying my $10 won't be credited to my account. What's the problem here? I've never been late, over limit, none of that stuff. What's the problem? So she said, let me take a look at your account. She took a look at it. She said, sir, let me research further. She said, sir, now what was your question? I'm like, okay, now, first of all, bad sign.
That's right.
I was very clear. So I said, hey, I have this question. Why is the phone? Why is it not being immediately credited to my account? It's been before I could get to the end of Ben. She said, well, sir, sometimes that just happens and it just, I said, whoa, 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 whoa. Please don't interrupt.
Right.
You know, we can just have a conversation, but I wasn't even finished my thought and you interrupted. This young lady went, whoo. I said, ma'am, now you have to say that sound was even more rude. All I'm asking is that you not interrupt me, I won't interrupt you. Hello? She said, I'm just waiting on you to get finished. I said, ma'am, this conversation is not going well. May I have a supervisor, please? I need y'all to understand something. Hiring can't be so bad that you will hire just anybody. That will mess up the reputation of your company.
Yes,
I got numbers of lines of credits with Capital One.
Me too.
You know, from card, business card, vehicle. They all paid. They all low. Everything is where it should be. I just expect common courtesy when I call to ask a general question about my account. You can't just hire anybody, especially when they start messing with your reputation, because you better believe after I got off the phone with the supervisor, I did exactly what I told him I was going to do. I was going to make a comment on a rating board about this call with Capital One and how I was very unsatisfied. It just is what it is. Good people on the job, good results for your customers.
And another thing, when you first get on the line with them, they say this call may be recorded for coaching and development. Did you hear that when you called Capital One?
Absolutely.
Okay, so what you should have did was waited a day and then call back and speak to a supervisor and said, hey, I called on this day. I would like for us to sit down and listen to this call together because I'm very dissatisfied with what happened on this call.
That's a great thought. I did not do that. What I did do was tell the supervisor the previous representative needed some serious coaching and development, because just like I'm talking to you, that's how I was talking to her. I had a general question. You answered my question. You answered it professionally. I don't know why, but that call needs to be played as a case study for how not to speak to a customer. You know, even if
you hadn't paid your bill, you
I was about to say the same thing. Even if my bill was late, over the limit, you still got to show some type of professionalism.
That's right.
Professionalism. Boy, these people got me bent.
Oh, yeah.
Up in this place. Okay, now listen. Today, we're going to talk about something we've yet to talk about on this show. We about to talk about sex. Yes, we is, because a young lady on social media said this. I tried to find the video, I couldn't find it. Men, she said, y'all been getting some undercooked cookie. Undercooked cookie. Because cookie takes 40 minutes. 40 minutes of stimulation to be properly prepared for consumption. Renee, agree or disagree?
I mean, everybody is different. I don't know. That's her personal perspective.
There's some science behind it now. She gave some science.
I need to know.
Okay, here we go. According to this young lady, she said that just because a woman is her physically ready, her body has shown you that she's ready, it doesn't mean that she's ready. You got to stimulate her mind. There are things that the vagina will do to prepare for intercourse. So if a woman is wet, if the woman is, wrecked, whatever the stuff, that don't mean she's ready. You got to do more, men. And the science does stand behind that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so agree, disagree?
I agree. And what she said, I think more what she is saying, I hope, is that you got to stimulate the mind too. You just can't arouse me and I'm not stimulated here because my mind might be watching TV while you're doing all that, right? So it's a combination
watching
of things.
TV.
Right, I'm saying.
What's on the TV?
If you are stimulating the woman, you doing whatever you're doing, right? Basically.
Yeah.
And she's not mentally ready. Mm-hmm. You only getting 50% of it. You ain't getting her engaged in until
50%.
Yeah, because you haven't stimulated the mind. The mind really I'm going to be honest, let's say 40%, because that mind takes that 60%.
I love it. Okay, now let's keep it real here. I'm speaking on behalf of the brothers here. The brothers are like, damn, first y'all want $40, now y'all want 40 minutes? Come on. Dang, all that. I got to give you 40 minutes of foreplay to get the cookie properly baked before, I can consume the well-done cookie. It's a lot. 40 minutes. Come on. Let's keep it real. Actual intercourse on average is 3 to 7 minutes on average.
So let's talk about it a little bit. So, and was this from a younger woman?
Well, I mean,
I'm going to say age played a role, too.
You're right. You ain't never lied. You never lied. She was a younger woman. You ain't never lied. But the bottom line of it is this. She made some scientifically sound points.
Okay.
The backlash from the brothers is like, wait a cotton-picking minute here. I mean, what else? It seems like it's more and more difficult for us to understand y'all because y'all keep changing the rules. First, you want us to take you on a date. Okay, we take you on a date. But we can't take you to these types of places. And we can't get it on the first night. We got to go 90 days. Now we got to go 90 days, give you $40, and wait 40 minutes. Come on now. It's getting more and more complicated.
Again, all of those things are relevant to age. It really is, because you got to think, when you're younger and you haven't matured, you have a lot of restrictions, or you don't, depending on the type of woman. And you got women that, are just as bad mentally as a man. They have sexual drive is like a man. And the question that always aroused me with this is, because I have a girlfriend, and she would tell you straight up, look, I'm just like a dude. They call me a hoe, but why ain't a man called a hoe? Because my sex drive is just like a man. I'm not in it to be settling down with you. I just might want to deal with you sexually and move to the next one. I may find him intellectual on my level, but I ain't attracted to him sexually, so why am I considered a hoe?
What's your friend's name?
I ain't telling you.
All right, listen, we're going to come back to that conversation. But as you can see, I'm sporting my HBCU paraphernalia, my Morris Brown College, my alma mater. It's getting close to homecoming season, if it hasn't started already. And unfortunately, a lot of HBCUs are not having in-person homecoming. Our fingers are crossed. We may still have ours in person. We may not. As of right now, we're still moving forward. We're going to be smart about it. But we do have a moment where we always spotlight our HBCUs on this show. I'm going to give you a snippet this week of the Jackson State and Tennessee State fifth quarter. I want you to go online and just look at it on YouTube. It's about 20 minutes or so. When I tell you that they go at it and they go back and forth, and it's nothing but musical excellence and HBCU excellence, that's an understatement. We're going to play just a few minutes of this one. I believe this is going to be Tennessee State that starts us off. The aristocrat of bands. This is HBCU Love. Let's go ahead and play that clip. Did they kill it or what? I need you to understand. There is nothing like the fifth quarter. I don't care what the score was in the football game. I don't care how many stats they ran up. When the bands crank it up, people don't leave. Actually, the bands show up and they show out. Love it. HBCU love up in this piece. All right. Renee gave me her friend's name. I'm going to call you after the show. Hey, don't be, hey, Renee told me. All right, look, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about what the young lady was saying. Renee, I want to ask you this question. What the young lady was saying is that arousal is one thing. Stimulation is a whole different aspect of foreplay or intercourse. How do you feel about that?
I agree. I totally agree.
Mm-hmm. So she said just because a woman is aroused, just because her body has responded, doesn't mean she has been properly stimulated. I don't disagree with that either. So fellas, I'm going to give you this. First of all, 40 minutes really ain't that much if you know how to properly apply that pressure. It's all about that pressure. If you go out on a date, do little flirtatious things, the clock has started. You walk her to the car. There's a certain way that you can touch her, not in a way that's overtly sexual, but in a way that's intimate. The clock has started. As you drive, if you have that type of relationship with her, don't rest your hand on the shifter or the center console resting on her thigh. Bruh, I'm giving you tips. I charge people for this. Now, you just can't do that on the first date. You cannot do it on the first date. I'm sorry, keep your hands to yourself. Now, if she touch you, whole different ball game. But keep your hands to yourself for the most part. But brothers, if you get inside her mind, her body will follow. Not only will it follow, it will follow. It will like follow. Then that 3 minutes you got left, you done made the most out of it. Boom, fellas. Fellas, I'm here for you. I'm here for you, brothers. 470-251-4647. All right, there's some other stuff that happened in the news this week. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to understand something. Atlanta can be off the chain. I mean, you just never know what's going to happen in Atlanta because it can be so off the chain. I saw a video of a man, well, not the man, but I saw the video of someone who drove down the street and hit like 6 or 7 parked cars. I don't mean like a scratch. I mean like messed all of them up. Knocked wheels off of them, the deep scratches, just crazy. I'm going to say this now, and I don't mean to disparage. Y'all be safe. Be smart. Put yourself in a position where the outcome can be in your favor. Mm-hmm. Don't expose yourself to liability is the best way I can put it, because right now, not just in Atlanta, countrywide, crime is on the rise. It still hadn't quite peaked yet. I think the more we get past this pandemic, then the more we will have violent crime go down. Other crime is kind of stable. Violent crime, though, is much, much too high as a country that should be as civilized as we are. All right, here we go. Now, Renee, I got a video for you.
Okay.
First of all, I ain't going to ask that. What are your thoughts on role play? I have to remember now, this is still a wholesome show for the most part. Every now and then we get ratchet, but still. What do you think about role playing?
Okay, depending on. There's several types.
How many types of role play is it?
There's several types of role play.
Speak on it, sister.
Okay,
Speak
so
on
let's
it.
start. Are you referring to intimate role play?
Let's start there. Yes.
Okay, well, let's start there. So,
okay.
It depends on the personalities, because you can have some people that Or, I mean, there's different personas. You got people that are strictly, I hate to call them nerds, that ain't something that they're going to choose to do. So you got role play has to be based off your subjects, right?
Okay.
I think that there's nothing wrong with role play because you living out a fantasy, right? Living out a fantasy. But, I mean, both people have to be open to it. And, of course, you got to have the right person to do that. But you just can't go say, hey, let's role play.
Yeah.
With an oddball.
You can't do it.
You just can't.
Let's be T'Challa and Shuri. You can't do it unless you equally yoked.
Uh-oh.
All right, we have a phone call. Let's see what we got. Hey, caller, you're on with Let's Talk About It Live with Jeffrey and Renee. Give us your name and your comment. Looks like they hung up. Maybe they called the wrong person. It's all good, though. 470-251-4647 is the number. All right, now, before we get into role play too deep, there seems to be an overcomplication of black men and black women romantically getting along. Some men say, women always look unapproachable. Women say, well, if you're man enough, I'll respond to you. What's the answer? So let's talk about why it seems that some men and some women just can't get along when it comes to dating in our community. Okay, Renee, here we go. Suspension of disbelief because you are off the market, y'all. She is off the market. But let's say you were on the market.
Yeah.
And you're out grocery shopping.
Okay.
If a man approached you like this, give me your response. Hey, hi, I'm Billy. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I noticed that you got some cabbage in there, and you got looks like you're gonna make a macaroni. Can you really cook?
Just depends.
Just depends. What does it depend on?
Who I'm cooking for.
Oh, I like to eat.
And what dishes.
I like to eat.
Okay.
Okay, maybe we can cook for each other one day.
Thank you.
It sounds like a no.
It's a thank you and goodbye.
So he has no shot in the grocery store or with that particular line of questioning.
No, not with that line of questioning.
Okay. Help a brother out in the grocery store. Is that a good place to be approached?
I mean, I think that the place doesn't matter, right?
Okay.
I don't think that it's just the questions, right? The type of questions that's asked is what's going to shut you down.
Okay. Types of questions.
First of all, if you're interested, come direct. I don't like the lame stuff about the cabbage and can you cook and all. Let's get into a different type of conversation where we're getting to know each other. But that ain't it right there. That's not it.
That's not it? Okay. Direct. Okay, scene 2. Ready?
Let's do it.
All right. Hey, I'm Jeffrey, and you are?
Renee, how are you, Jeffery?
I'm very well, Renee. Listen, I'm not going to take a lot of your time. I want you to understand that I am interested in getting to know you. I'm kind of busy. I know you're busy. What I want to do, though, I want to give you my number.
Okay.
Call me.
Oh, okay.
Because what I want to do, I want to get to know you a little bit more, but, now's not the time. I got to go, but I'm serious.
Okay.
I'm not playing.
No problem. Thank you.
Make sure you call me.
Okay.
You gonna call?
I'm going to call.
Okay, he's my number. Would that work?
That would work.
Just get into it.
Now, wait, let's back. Let's back.
Oh, we back and
now,
back.
That would have worked because I said you need to be direct. But let's just back and actually talk about who we're going to give the time of day to. Appearances starts where that's a determining factor if I'm even about to listen to what you're talking about. Because if you just bombed out and you come, hey, I'm going to give you my number, the buggy going on, I'm trying to run on out the store because, first of all, I'm feeling like, how dare you think you could approach me,
You don't reach high enough. He ain't qualified. You don't reach high enough.
Right. I'm just saying, you have to, appearances are everything. And you can't prejudge people and be wrong because, like they say, the high dollar making man may be dressed in just regular clothes and you don't know what he really got, But I think it's about appearances first because we, as men and women, we soar to base, if we're going to talk to someone, or even give you the time of day based off of what you look like when you come and approach me.
I don't disagree with that. I do not disagree with that.
You can have a girl look like Medusa come up to you, Jeffrey, in the store and say, I mean, really, because in Walmart, we see all kind of characters in there. And you in Walmart, and she say, hey, boo. Let's role play. Hey, boo.
Wait. I'm not ready. Okay, I'm ready.
Hey, boo.
Hey, how are you?
Good, thank you. You
Excellent.
sure looking good over there. Oh, you went to Morris Brown.
I did. Did you?
Yeah, I did for 1 quarter.
1 quarter, we still accept you. We love all the brown eggs.
Maybe it was a semester. Which one is on?
It's semesters.
Oh, you like my hair?
The color.
You married?
I gotta go.
You married?
I gotta go water my house.
Water your house? Can I go?
I gotta walk my refrigerator.
Can I go?
I gotta walk my refrigerator.
Okay, I'll go with you.
You know what?
And see, it's a difference, right?
Woo! I think I would just start laughing
And that would
if
been
that
me.
really happened. I'm like, you know what, sister, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, sister. I just keep saying I appreciate you, sister. I can see myself saying I appreciate you, sister. Until she got it.
I don't know if she gets it. I mean, it just depends on the person.
Okay.
You have different people approach you. Some, let's just say, you got ghetto men. Hey, shawty. That right there is.
Okay.
I'm educated. Don't come to me with that shawty stuff.
I'm
a grown woman. Ain't your shawty.
There are some women that would be like, ain't nothing, folk, what it is.
That's my point.
For real, though.
Right.
For real.
Exactly.
There are some women that would be, ain't nothing, folk, what it is.
That's right.
Here's what I love to tell men. Men, at virtually every level of your development, there's a woman at that same level. Ladies, not so much. The higher you go, ladies, the fewer men are there.
That's right.
It just is what it is. I don't mean to say or make it look hopeless, because it's not. It is reality.
Well, let me ask you a question, being that you said that, because I think you made a valid point. And we're going to stick with the black women, right?
Yep.
So, as you said, as we get up there, leveling up, it's hard to keep a black man that's on our level. So, do you think that's why more women start to date outside their race?
No. Statistically, I will say that as high as the black woman goes, there are men who are on that level as well.
I agree.
How
many?
Okay, fair point. When you look at the actual wage gap, there is one segment of it it's not super wide, but it's noticeably wider than all of the other wage demographics or categories. And that's towards the higher end, and it's towards the younger generation.
Right.
In our generation, Generation X, the best generation, by the way, in our generation, the gap is not that steep.
That's right.
It's almost at parity.
Now.
Yeah, because, as we get older, we should be more affluent.
I agree.
Because we have more time to get the hang of our finances, more time to build a career reputation and a network, so we can do more things. The bottom line of it is, though, when our women, black women, date interracially, it's about 6 to 7%. It's not very high.
No, it's
at
the
all.
opposite end. It's more of the males, the black males.
It's about double. It's about 12 to 15%. So as a community, well, the trend line right now for black women is higher than the trend line for black men. However, still as a community, overwhelmingly, we find each other and we date each other.
Right.
What ends up happening, it's the focus, though. People love to focus on, I'm always seeing black men when they get a little successful, they got to go get them a white woman. And it's true, you might have seen somebody. It's also true that it's not the majority of us.
Right.
It's a minority.
That's right.
Of us. And the ones that you do see, for the most part, they're on TV everywhere. So it makes it seem like it's more.
Right.
That's an excellent question. Question for you now. When some women in our community get a little money, they start to look down on us a little bit. Why do you think that is?
I think it's because women, I had to fight.
Had to fight what?
It's like, think about the history of a black woman.
Okay,
right?
all right.
So much went unnoticed. It was never that the black man was smarter than us, stronger than us, none of that, right? It was just that it was ignored. We didn't have a sense, you know what I mean? Like, black women had to, work twice as hard, not just against other races, but with our own men. We had to fight. So when we do get there, some of us just can't learn that, hey, I'm here, let me help the next man, because I think that a woman is the backbone of a man. I really do. And I think that if they are on the same level, that's when they become the team. And you ain't always going to be a team, because you may be making more money than me at some point. But hey, you motivated me to get there. We still operating as a team, but we should be one another motivation, and that's what gets us there. But women not only do sometimes when they get there, they look down on brothers, they look down on other women.
I don't disagree with that. And I think what you said is very well stated, and I appreciate it. I will say this, that it seems that sometimes unnecessarily there's this competition. I got to do this because I'm a woman and I got it hard. Who told you that we were competing with y'all?
Right.
Here's a scenario. You might have had an issue with someone in your mind that you've perpetuated and grown, and it's really all of your perception, but it's not reality.
Right.
So I would submit to you ladies, in some instances, we're not competing with y'all. In some instances, we've never competed with you. That's what someone told you. You bought into it and you fertilized that vision, as opposed to really looking at how we struggle together.
Right.
How not only have black women been disrespected, have been very unprotected. Not only have black women, the black family has been disrespected.
Right.
If you fix the black family, you solve black male issues and black women issues, not just one or the other. So somebody told us that I'm competing with you and vice versa, and then we took our own fertilizer and water, and now we got this image in our head. All they did was plant the seed, but we grew it.
Yep.
So that's my response to that. Listen, I also want to know this. Okay. When did it get so complicated as far as relationships between black men and black women? When do you think that started?
The social media. I think that was a contributing factor to it, because, look, we've always known, regardless, men and women cheat, whoever.
Women do it the most.
They just don't get caught. I will agree. Women do cheat the most.
That's
They
what-
just don't get caught. You know what it is? Because they say women know how to cheat. Men don't.
Y'all cheat in layers.
The thing of it is, though, I think social media just, because, you can be a celebrity on social media, ain't doing nothing. So you can, fool people. It's fake. And people, I think that's some of it. Because, like in our generation growing up, we had TV shows that was so black family oriented. Like the Cosby Show and even
Family
Good
Matters.
Times. So you had the struggle.
Yep.
To the average American black family, so we seen it all, and you grew up at a household where family was important, the black family, and then I think the younger generations, the parents ain't in the household, the mothers having kids at a young age, all of that, because when you got to think, if a young girl have a child at a young age, 9 times out of 10, she's not there with that young black boy. Right, if you got a son, because you out there trying to steal club, and and then if his father's not there, so you got a child that has now grown up to being an adult male, broken.
Yep.
So I think that also contributes to, and the music they listen to. These kids don't know how to differentiate between what's real and what's not real, you know. So I think it's a combination of things that just led to a broken family.
Man, listen, since you brought up music, okay, I gave one of these little rappers a chance. I said, you know what, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna listen to. I think I got 3 minutes in. I'm like, you know what, I cannot do it. I cannot do it. All of them sounds the name. Little Uzi Vert, ain't it his name?
I don't know. I only know Drake.
You know what?
And I think that he's a good. I like Drake.
I think Drake needs counseling.
Why?
I mean, all of the melodrama in his music at times. He needs counseling. He needs a relationship coach. He needs somebody to help him get whatever is in him out.
I think that's his way of getting it out, is his music, because obviously he's doing a great job with it. I mean, I love his new album.
I'm gonna call it the Mary J. Blige phenomenon. Remember?
So.
Okay, look at it like this. Remember when Mary had album upon album upon album of grief, pain, broken relationships?
I agree.
And she said, I'm tired of singing this stuff. I'm beyond that stuff now. She switched it up.
And what happened?
There were people like, wait a minute, Mary. We don't like this new Mary. We don't like this healed Mary. When Mary got the divorce, people was like, great. She's about to come. She's about to come with this grief music.
She's about to bring it.
Yeah. I know. I haven't heard a new album from her, but I don't think she's going to come back with the grief music.
And I think that that's what's going to is done for Mary, because people relate to that. You know, when it's a lot of women out here, oh, they got to jam Mary because, you know, I'm not going to cry. You know, they got.
You know what?
You can relate to it. It's so many people. How many people are actually 100% happy?
Okay, I
and how
don't
many
agree.
people versus those 100% or those people that are 100% happy versus those people that can identify with all the hurt, the pain, the grief.
That's a problem.
That is a problem, but that's why she was selling so well, because people could relate to it.
People can relate to trauma more than they can relate to happiness.
Absolutely.
That's a problem.
That is a problem, but
That's
it's
a problem.
true. It's so true.
Okay, so let's look at it like this. Ladies, since y'all the one buying the damn albums like that from, you know, Drake and back in the day, Mary J. Blige. Now, the music was fire. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
No, the music was powerful. It was emotional. Of course, you can resonate and relate to that. I get that part of it. Here's the part that I just don't get. If somebody makes a movie that's happy, people can't relate to that. If people make a song that's happy, people can't relate to that. And if all you relate to, well, not all, if most of what you relate to is dramatic and trauma-filled, that's a problem. If you can't see, wow, I really like this, I'm drawn to this, if you can't see you got something in you that pulls you towards that, you ain't trying to get better. And unfortunately, they pump that stuff in our community.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Lil Uzi Vert, listen to some of his music. You know what? I ain't even going to go there. I don't know.
Tell me one song he's singing.
I can't. Yeah.
But
That's how it sounds to me. Mumble rap is what they call it. They all sound the same.
Oh.
Mumble rap. I think it's maybe 4 rappers in that generation that don't sound like them. Kendrick Lamar.
I like Kendrick.
Damn it, I can't remember the other 3.
The Baby don't sound like them.
Oh, yeah, I put him, I listened to some of his music.
I like him.
It wasn't bad at all. I was surprised.
No, I like the Baby.
What's the light-skinned guy with the dreads? Kendrick Lamar is a short.
J. Cole?
Thank you, J. Cole. And there's one other rapper. I like B.O.B. personally. I think the brother got all type of talent.
Yeah, he does have talent.
He reminds me of Andre 3000, but now he's kind of in his own separate lane now. But for me, when I listen to them, and I'm going to it for the appreciation of the music, I don't feel. I feel empty. I heard a song by Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion. You know, hey, whatever. Her. She's in college, by the way. Mm-hmm. She's about to graduate. Did she?
Yeah, she graduated.
I thought she had one more year.
No, I thought I saw where she had graduated.
I thought I saw that she was getting ready to graduate, but I thought this was the last year. in spite of that, that woman can rap.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like she was she killed it.
Yeah, she can rap.
I'm like, okay. Now she has talent, not just music behind her. She got talent behind her. She did a freestyle. I was watching it. I'm like, yeah, okay. Now she about that business. I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
Some of the other ones, what's the point?
Yeah.
If you're not going to be the greatest, if you're not going to be transformative, what's the point? Why do something everybody else is doing? That's just me. But anyway, I want to get back to what we're talking about. Why it's so complicated. All right, here's a question for you. I want to know this, ladies. First of all, do you want to be pursued or do you want to pursue? Which one is it?
I think most women are going to say they want to be pursued. Now, that comes with complications for the man, because I think women, again, based on age, really don't know what they want. You know, you hear women, I'm being honest, you hear women say, we have these unrealistic goals, right? And I call it unrealistic because to me, you should have a goal, but make sure that it's in your reach. You can't say, I want a man that makes 6 figures. What you doing? You know, you gotta at least set goals realistically. And that's the thing. I think that you say you want to be pursued, but when the guy comes to pursue you, oh, he's short. You know, we got all these stimulations about, or these things about him that, it was him. He pursued you, you know? You know, it's just like the lady that was speaking last week when she said how, you know, the men say, oh, I want this woman with this athletic body, but you ain't going to nobody's gym. And I don't know how people even think that work. You want somebody athletic, but you sitting at 5'3", 210 pounds. Who's going to be attracted to you? You know, you gotta go here. It's like this.
Fair point. Okay, ladies. So, y'all don't know what y'all want. Here is what we get from our perspective as men when we are trying to pursue you. We get, you want us to pursue you, but not the way we pursue. The way you want to be pursued. And I get that. The way you want to be pursued is on a sliding scale. You want a man to be direct. Okay, he's direct, but not direct like that, though. Okay, direct like what? A soft type of direct. Okay, soft or direct. No, that's too soft. He got to be a man. He got to know how to lead. Okay, well, he leads. Now, he kind of controlling. He ain't controlling. You just can't relate because you ain't never seen it. You've never seen a man do what men do. And that comes at you in a way that kind of, oh, that's a little much. I don't want that much masculinity. I just want this much. And I want to be able to flip a switch and then it goes this much. And that's not how we work. So, ladies, I'm going to give you this now. I love y'all. Y'all so smart and y'all so pretty. Y'all be smelling so good. Woo. Love it. At the same time, though, make up your damn mind. Figure out what's something you can negotiate, something that you can let go of, and something you got to have. And don't be so stuck in the got to have that you miss out on all this opportunity over here. If your got to haves are 5% of what you really need, and you letting go of 95%, in my opinion, that's just not smart. In my opinion, that's just not smart at all. Okay. I'm loving this conversation. We ain't played no video yet. Not now, until now. One thing I like about relationships, when you have a good relationship, sometimes you actually can do some role playing. So I found this video where the husband role plays with his wife. A scenario. Watch how the wife responds. We're going to play this clip. It's called Husband Role Playing. Go ahead and roll that clip for me.
Excuse me? I hate to be a bother, but I have a flat tire right over there and it's really bad. I was wondering if you could help me fill it up.
I mean, yeah, definitely.
Really, motherfucker?
What, is it the wrong answer to help somebody?
Help her fill up her fucking tire? See,
Yeah.
I got a woman at home, bitch.
Okay, it's a lady. She could be stuck out all night.
Matter. You don't know how to fill a tire. All of a sudden, you don't know how to fill
I
a
know
tire.
how.
You don't know how.
Okay, I don't know how to fill a tire.
Oh, Well, you seem like the kind of guy who knows how to fill a tire.
I mean, I do, but
You don't know how to fill a tire!
my wife told me I don't.
That's exactly what I'm talking about right there. We just role playing. Just role play. I can't even role play right. You just wanted to see what I could do or how it would handle. Listen, I have helped women who had flat tires before, not trying to get no number, not trying to do anything other than help a woman I saw who needed her tire changed. Because I would want somebody to do that for my daughter.
Right.
Or one of my sisters. Or one of my cousins. One of my nieces. Aunts. The bottom line of it is, I do, oh, you know what? My wife better call me. Yeah. Damn it. We got roadside assistance. You know, I don't know that dude. Hey, let's do FaceTime right now. Let me see what's going on. Or my wife, if I can't get there. And sometimes, ladies, it's like, y'all don't want us to do nothing for no other woman but you.
I don't care. That's insecurity, though.
I love it. Nothing but insecurity. You can't control everything. You can't fight every person who finds your husband attractive or your wife attractive. You be fighting the whole world. If you think she attractive, what you think other people gonna think?
Right.
They got eyes. They work. All right, before we move forward, Renee, let me ask you this now. Why are women so crazy over what happens on social media? What is it about social media that has women so protective about a like on a woman's Facebook post or IG or whatever? Well, help me understand this part, because I'm lost.
Because I mean, I'm not that person, but I think a lot of times that's all insecurities, number one. And a lot of times women, if a dude like their post, they don't know how to, to just differentiate. Like, this ain't nothing personal. You got a pretty picture. He just liked the pretty picture. He ain't trying to holler at you. He just liked your picture. But depending on the age again and the level of maturity, it goes that he trying to holler at me. I bet you he'll be in my DM. It's just the maturity. Some women, we know how. Like, I don't care if my husband likes somebody's picture. Why? Why would I? I mean, I might like the picture too. What's wrong with him not liking the picture?
Ladies, I want y'all to understand something. Y'all be some of you put so much stock in something that's artificial, that's virtual. This woman got 50,000 likes. And you think she gonna notice your husband's one like? Oh no, it's the principle. He done already seen the picture. Now he can't even look at the picture no more. He can walk to the grocery store and see a woman that's attractive. Oh, now that's different. That's reality. He can't go over and touch her butt and like. No, you know what? That would be kind of nice though. If women had a like button. No, I'm just kidding. But the bottom line of it is, there's so much weight given to what happens on social media. It seems to be taking away from what's happening in real life.
Right.
Damn. If I'm going to get in trouble for looking at a woman, don't let it be on TV or social media. Let it be in person.
Right.
Come on, son. You're killing me. I don't get it. I don't get it. I like to believe that social media can be a place of fun, just having fun, or a place of information. You can go out and get accurate information. You can get misinformation too, if you're not smart, but you can go out and get information. And one thing I found, if you're not careful with your decisions, things get too loose. And you don't want things to be too loose now. You want things to be intact, readily available, in a good place, solid, well-founded. Ladies, I found a video where the husband wasn't happy with the elasticity of the situation. So we're going to play this video and just watch how the husband has a little fun with this video. This one's called Too Loose. Go ahead and roll that clip.
I really like it. I just wish it wasn't so loose.
Now you know how I feel.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left, cause I've been blasted.
Woo, boy. Absolutely hilarious. Now, Renee, what are you thinking? What are you thinking?
I would have threw that at him too.
He said, that's exactly how I feel. And then turned his head and started walking off to Coolio.
And thought he was not going to have anything thrown at him.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Here's something else, ladies. Let's talk about this. And Renee, I'd love your feedback on this. When it comes to dates, is coffee, meeting for coffee, do women consider that a date? Or anytime we spend time together, that's a date automatically? Help me understand what you see as a date.
Okay, so I'm out of the dating game for quite some time, but I would think that if I'm meeting you, I don't care if it's brunch, dinner, coffee and tea, if we're meeting, if you're taking my time, that's a date. If somebody's got to pay for something, that's a date. Now, it depends on, like, if it's just a random person, like if me and you going for coffee, we ain't dating, so that's different. But if my husband say, let's go out, you know, we go for coffee, and I may get some banana bread, we on a date.
I mean, that's you and your husband now. That's different.
Okay.
But I mean from the standpoint of, okay, I don't know, okay, let's continue our conversation from the grocery store now.
Okay.
Okay, so now we've talked on the phone 2 times. And I say, hey, I know this nice little spot that has good coffee and great banana bread. Would you meet me there?
Oh, no, that's not necessarily a date. No. I think a date.
It's not a date, right?
No. I think the date has to be when you're interested in someone, you've gotten to know that person, and then you say, you want to go on a date? Because if it's just us meeting up, I'm never going to consider that a date.
There are some women who will say this. What you said earlier, anytime
you taking my
time, that's my date. You done took me on a date. You done paid some money? You paid a whole $12. That's a date. Ladies, I need y'all to understand. Sometimes we want to get to know you before we actually date you. Yeah, absolutely. There was an article back in 2019, 2018, something like that men are expecting pre-dates before the real date. And the uproar was, okay, so before I can get a real date, you got to pre-screen me? Hell yeah. We absolutely do. Because I'm not spending a lot of money on somebody I barely know.
I agree.
I will show you a good time. I will give you an experience. But I'm not going to spend a lot of money on someone I'm not in a relationship with. That don't mean that I'm not going to spend decent money. And, you know, what's decent from one man to the next? You know, that's subjective. At the same time, ladies, you don't get to define all of the dating rules. If we're pursuing, we're going to pursue the way we want to pursue. What do you think about that?
I agree. I think that the main thing is getting to know. I need to know if I take you out, you know how to act in public. You know what I mean? And
absolutely.
not just that. Just think if you got a girl you're dating and you want to take her to an upscale restaurant, getting to know her, you know she ain't ready for that because one, you don't know how to act at McDonald's, so you ain't gonna take. You know what I mean? It's people that dating is categorized several different ways. Like you can take someone on a casual date, and it could be just let's meet up for me to get to know you.
Right.
So I know if I take you on a real date, you know that we can get along. You know how to act. I need to see your etiquette because
some people ain't got none.
There you go.
I will never forget. Oh my goodness. Went on a date with a young lady. This was several years ago. We went to a really, really nice restaurant. And when she ate the food, she would go like, oh my God, this is so good. This is a real story. I'm not making this up.
Jeffery lied.
This is a real story. And I'm looking at her like, you've never had good food before or something? Is this one of your idiosyncratic behaviors or something? Or are you just blown away by some really good tasting seafood? I was like, it completely turned off. Last date we had. And I thought she was just as nice as she wanted to be, attractive. You can call me shallow, I don't care.
I'm with you.
But when we're in this nice restaurant,
people looking,
and she's like, oh my God, it is so good. I can't do it. I can't even do it. I can't even do it.
Oh, you should have been like, give me a second. Go to the bathroom.
You know, no, I wouldn't do that, but you know, she ain't get no other date after that. I was like, wow, this is really, really crazy to me. So yes, ladies, we are going to require a couple of pre-dates. And you might not be the only person we are pre-dating, because it's all wide open. Another thing that just drives me nuts, you are married. There are expectations that you and your husband have of each other, because you have a covenant, you got a marriage license, y'all got the rings. Okay? Now, ladies, if I don't know you and we ain't got no covenant, ain't no ring, ain't no joint finances at some point or intermingling of bills at some point, you don't get exclusivity from me. And there's nothing wrong with men not giving you exclusivity in the dating phase. No. And there's certainly nothing wrong with you not giving any men exclusivity in the dating phase. What I found to be a growing and alarming trend, though, is I want you to only date me so you can just focus on me. If you don't sit your ass down with that foolishness, what do you think? Is it just me? Am I wrong?
Oh, I agree. Because I'm getting to know you.
Absolutely.
I'm not committed to you. I can't get mad. We are not exclusive. It's just, unless we are exclusive, I'm dating you. You are an option.
Option. I love it. And you ain't the only option. It is what it is. And at this phase, I don't expect to be the only option on your book either. I ain't even gonna ask how many people you're dating. If you ask me, I'll be honest. But you know, why does it even matter now? Because first of all, we just getting to know each other. Y'all be expecting relationship treatment in the dating phase. Not even the dating phase, in the get to know me phase. Y'all done bumped y'all damn head, ladies, plural. All right, I got another video before we get to the next hour of the show. Do you ever play jokes on your husband?
All the time.
See? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Does he play jokes on you?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Not as good as mine be on him.
You know what? See, this is that. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand, having fun in your relationship, in your marriage, is so essential. I mean, there's nothing wrong. Just because you are in a relationship doesn't mean you have to stop being fun, that you have to stop being you. Of course, there's some things you can no longer do, and that varies from relationship to relationship. Whatever is your understanding, hey, it is what it is. At the same time, though, it should still be fun. It should still be an adventure, a growing process, a learning process. I love it all. I also like practical jokes. So this is a joke that a husband played on his wife. It's a beautifully played joke, and just watch how it plays out. This is husband playing a practical joke on his wife. Go ahead and roll that clip for me.
Big cockroach in the car for my wife's reaction.
Ooh, that blonde looking good on you, girl. Love that hair, baby. You looking great. Oh my God.
You notice everything. Thank you,
look
baby.
Phenomenal, babe.
I just got it done. Does it look better? You like it?
Man, it looks great, babe.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, honey. I'm gonna check. Marco!
What?
There's a freaking roach in here, dude. When is the last time you cleaned your car? It's on the floor. It's on the floor right now. You better get it, babe. I swear to God.
Wait for it.
It's up there, and I'm not getting back down until you get it. It's on my feet. I can't even get out the car.
Babe,
Get
there's
it!
no roach in here.
Get it! Ah!
Babe.
Get it out!
Babe, it's crawling on the seat.
No!
It's crawling on the seat, baby. It's trying to get you. It's trying to get
Man, oh my God. Did you see how quickly
Yeah.
she started flipping over?
Yes.
The
She got mad at him.
She was furious. When was the last time you cleaned your freaking car?
Yes.
She went from, you noticed everything, to you nasty
Right.
Boy, switched it right up on him. I love it. I love it. I love it. Speaking of love it, it's the beginning of the school year. It's been a trying time for a lot of teachers, a lot of school systems, systems starting with in-person learning, having to shut down because of spread. Parents acting a damn fool, from fighting over mask mandates to having a chiropractor signing off on a medical excuse. One chiropractor in the state of Florida signed off on, I believe it was over 60% of medical excuses in one school district. Now, hey, I have some friends that are great chiropractors. They know what they do. He said that he signed it within the confines of his practice. Chiropractic doesn't deal with virology. So if there is a virus going around, that ain't the right type of doctor to talk about it. If I'm wrong, one of my chiropractic friends, you guys let me know. But teachers in some instances are getting frustrated. One teacher put a disclaimer out, and he showed all of his students in his class the rules. There's nothing wrong with that. It's his classroom. Yes, sometimes you have to set the rules so people know what to and what not to do. So, this is how some teachers really feel right now. We're going to play this clip. We'll come back and talk about it. Go ahead and roll that clip.
Okay, class, I need to run a few things by you. When I say sit down, I mean sit down. Please don't wait for me to have to sit you down. That would be a tough set of circumstances. Watch how you respond to me when I ask you a question, because the right answer in the wrong octave will be considered disrespect. So I'll just pose the question like Kanye. What's it gonna be? Dessert or disaster? I'm badder, louder, smarter, and sneakier than you. If you get away with something, it's because I let you. If you decide to fight in my class, you better save your energy, because you got another one coming. I ain't gonna hit you. I'm gonna just break it up as rough as possible. And if you tell on me, I'm gonna just tell them I was practicing crisis prevention protocol. You are a child, so please try your best to stay in the child's place. I would hate to have to try you as an adult. It'll be a rougher sentence. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So if you do bad unto others, you get the picture. As I quote Toby Nwigwe, try Jesus, don't try me. The clock ain't the only thing with hands in this classroom. I ain't always been saved. I still got a few glitches in my teacher Christianity. I am the law, period. Taking my kindness for weakness has consequences. You are no longer online. You're all mine. Hey, let's have a great year.
Some of these young children and the way that they speak just don't sit right with my soul. Now, don't get it twisted. I wouldn't put my hands on nobody's child or no child's parent. Wouldn't do none of that stuff. Oh, but there would be some things that I just could not tolerate. And if you didn't like it, well, guess what? Still my classroom. Well said, well said. I love it, I love it. Speaking of love, all right, let's talk about how couples can get along. We talked about in the first hour why we have such a problem getting along. Let's talk about how we can get along. Renee, what would you say is a good tip for men to better understand and get along with women in our community?
Communication. I think that's the main thing, is communication. Being able to hear them out, you know, and vice versa. Because we, like you say, we don't listen. I think that goes both ways. So being able to, let me change the communication to effective communication. Because communication comes in all kinds of avenues, but being able to effectively communicate, actually hear your partner, and respond accordingly to what you've heard. Not over talking. Now, I have a problem with that. Like, I'll over talk because you are anticipating or just waiting for your turn. You tend to over talk, and of course, if you over talk, you haven't heard your partner. So I think that communication is key. Effective communication.
Well said. Well said. Ladies, here's a tip for you. I need you to understand that when she says effective communication, it's not listening to respond to us. It's also holding our feelings and our concerns at the same level that you expect us to hold your feelings. What I really love about women is they know what they want when it comes to communicating. They are some of them are some excellent talkers and poor communicators. So ladies, when we tell you we don't like something, we really mean it. Don't say you only like, you don't like it when somebody else does it, but you love it when I do it. No, we don't like it. Respect that. Or, ladies, when we say that we want something, you really don't want that, or you don't give it to us, we're not communicating that just because we want to talk. We're telling you how we feel, and in some instances, there's just no space for our feelings to be recognized and appreciated. If you don't make that space, the cleanup woman will. Y'all thought I was playing, huh? I ain't playing. You got another tip for the men? I think we can go back and forth with this. Yeah,
She don't always mean what she say.
What you mean?
You know, we'll tend to say, women will say, it don't matter. Don't take that literally, because it really does matter. So,
okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Goes back to y'all being poor communicators. Good talkers, poor communicators. Because for us, we are taking you at face value.
That may be the problem.
Okay, if we say, hey, baby, I want to go out with the boys and hang out, and she be like, okay, go, it ain't no problem. Go.
Well, you should know in her tone if it's really a problem, and that comes with knowing your partner.
Why not just say, I don't want you to go, baby?
Right. Some might be just afraid to say it. I don't want you to go.
Well, okay. So ladies, she brings up an excellent point. And men, when she says what she says isn't always what she means, she right, we know it. We know exactly what y'all be saying.
But you still a go.
Knowing absolutely. Absolutely. Because
you know I ain't mean for you to go.
True. Say that then. How about that?
I agree.
Don't expect us to know, because there are some instances, being completely transparent, where we don't know.
I agree.
Sometimes a lady will, or a woman will communicate something. We take it at face value because we're listening to understand what you said based on our conversations past and our current relationship. So ladies, if you tell us you don't like something, we hear that. If you don't tell us you don't like something, in some instances, requiring us to try to think and guess what you really want us to think and guess, we ain't got time for all that. The game's coming on. The game. We got to go. We be trying to hang with Craig and them. If you don't get that, you're too young. Go ahead.
Okay, so a question. Do you think the older men get that hanging out becomes null and void?
It depends on the man, and I don't disagree. Yeah, I think so. I can tell you that there's some men that are older than us that hang out more than we do.
Oh, yeah.
But here's their methodology between hanging out. They hang out and get paid because they're hanging out their own spots or places that they promote, or it's a revenue stream for them. So they're just not hanging out to be hanging out.
And I'm not talking about that. I'm saying, like when you're younger, it's me and I got to hang out with my boys, and they're not doing nothing, really nothing to get in trouble. They just hanging out with their boys. But as you get old, and you may do that when you're young every day. As you get older, you don't have or you don't find that need to be hanging with your boys. You may see your boys once a month.
Yeah.
Or once every 3 months.
I agree. I mean, it does depend on the man. Here's something I'll give to you to consider. I know some men who are family oriented. They take care of their children. They take care of the responsibilities. And when they go out, they usually go out with their circle of couples. It ain't the boys no more. It's the couples. So me and my wife, he and his wife, so on, that whole circle, they will go out and they will have a blast. And so in a balanced relationship, the man can go out by himself, the woman can go out by herself. They also go out together amongst friends, and sometimes that helps to reassure that you ain't going out because you're going out looking for something.
And I think as married couples too, you tend to change your circle, right?
Yep.
Because if I know my boys, none of them are married, you know what they're possibly going to do while they out, and you don't want to be put in any kind of situation where you got anything to lose. Like, I'm not finna be hanging out with y'all and y'all doing dirt, and so I think it's more like the birds of a feather thing.
I won't disagree with that. That's a great point. I've coached someone before, and he said, man, my wife, she always gets upset when I go out. I said, well, take her with you. He's like, dude, it's guys' night. I said, okay, take her with you. Go, take a picture of y'all hanging out, chilling, send it to her. Baby, we having a blast. And periodically check in with her. Not every 5 seconds. He didn't like it at first. He's like, what? Why can't I just go out? I ain't doing nothing. It's just me and the fellas hanging. I said, dude, indulge me here. Take a picture and send it to her and say, I'm reliving my college days, or whatever. Just take a picture and send it to her and just see what happens. And do you know that she actually liked it?
And sometimes I think that for women, when we know the type of people that, like, for me, if my husband say I'm going to hang out with blah blah, you know that person's character. So you don't even worry about nobody checking in or any of that. You want him to have a good time. But if you know he's going out with men that cheats on their wives, that's a whole different perspective. Like, you may have attitude because you know what they do.
I got it. I understand, and I won't disagree with that sentiment. With that situation and that coaching situation, his thing was, man, why can't I just have my own time?
Right.
I'm like, you can.
Exactly.
But there's a tether. And if you give and, stretch it out, eventually she'll be okay.
Exactly.
So for her, I never coached her. I never knew what was driving that in her. I'm just like, this is a woman that you told me you're committed to, that you don't want a divorce and you want to do all this other stuff. All right. Then give her something to work with. And, last time we talked, everything was cool with them. And she actually liked the pictures because she felt present and involved. It's a little much. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
That's true.
All right. Speaking of what you got to do, ladies and gentlemen, in a relationship, you have to be able to express how you feel to your mate, your husband, or your wife. And I hope that you're able to explain and articulate why you love them. Don't get it twisted. Love can fade. It is still important, though. The looks are going to fade. All that stuff, the common bond is what has to be strong. And I promise you this, men, speaking directly to you, if you are able to articulate what it is about your wife that you love, the clock will start and 40 seconds will go. I'm sorry, 40 minutes. Look, I said 40 seconds. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Let's get to it. You ain't ready yet? Hey, hurry up. 40 minutes gets down to 10 minutes. So this video right here, I just think it's a really, really beautiful video. It's Why I Love You. Let's go ahead and roll that clip.
Why do you love me? That's a simple question.
It is a simple question, but it ain't a simple answer. Because of how you love me. It's a very
God.
It's a very spiritual love. I've been through a lot, and you never see me for what I've been through. You see me for the best that I give to the world and I give to my family. And when everything starts to weigh on me, you kind of, you know, you breathe life back into me. That's why I love you. I love you because you're you. I love you because you're you to me. You know, I just love you because you're a gift that I get to experience in this life until I don't anymore, until I meet you again. And I'm the woman and you're the man.
Don't do that.
You know, so that's why I love you. It's this thing was it's God engineering. So it's perfect.
Oh, babe.
Y'all gonna make me cry. All right, that was awesome, you guys. I'm gonna cut and just.
Did he not break it down?
He did.
I mean, ladies and gentlemen, well, no, men, if you think the clock didn't start right then, when he spoke those words in the way that he did, and the emotions, he had to fight them back, you think the clock didn't start? And I don't mean just from a sexual standpoint. I mean the arousal part, yes.
He stimulated her mind.
He stimulated. He got to the reticular activating system, and it went boom. And then the body followed. And what I need you to understand is that he expressed himself in a way that resonated to that part of her. Now, they didn't go home and do it. They didn't go home and have sex. They didn't go home and consummate their feelings for one another. They went and made love when they got home. And based on the energy between them, it was perfect for them. That's what she means when she says it's about 40 minutes to get a woman completely ready. The clock started on that video, and if you didn't see that, that's a you problem. What do you think, Renee?
I agree. I was like the person in the background. Y'all about to make me cry, because he was really deep in it, and he didn't just answer. He dug, you know, in his soul and told her exactly why, you know, and she could relate to what he was saying, because he said, you know, you don't look at me for what I've been through, you know, and so that right there, she could connect, you know, and it was deep. It was deep. Good job, brother.
Speaking of what I've been through, ladies and gentlemen, when you meet somebody and you decide to commit to them, are you committing to the now version of them, or are you prepared for what they could grow into? Have you thought about that? Because people are going to evolve and grow as time progresses. Everything grows, everything changes, everything modifies itself given the proper environment. Okay, so you meet somebody and right now they're at level 1 and they're just getting going. But at level 5 is them stepping into the fullness of their best self. Are you confident enough for somebody's best self? Have you ever seen anybody, Renee, that thought they were ready for somebody's best self, and then when they got their hands on it, they just were not ready?
Well, you see it all the time, but I think that you, anytime you go into a relationship and you're not getting that person's best self, they grow, and then you get to the best self for you, because you and that person create a better self. You know what I mean? Like, he could be a better version of himself without you. But that version that he is with you is uniquely to you, because you help create
preacher,
that best in him.
Preacher.
That molded him just for you.
Did y'all see the finger working? she was teaching and preaching up in here. I gotta watch that finger, because usually you don't do that finger.
I didn't have the bells, so I just had to act like this. The bells.
So you got the finger. That was very powerful and very, very true. People can grow in their best self individually. But when they grow in their best self with you, it's a part of you. I'm going to borrow that and act like I came up with it. I love it. I love it. Very, very well said. Men, I want you to understand, coming from that video, and what Renee added to it, is that there is a part of us that we can achieve on our own. Absolutely. that man, that husband, said that his wife loved him not because of what he's been through, but for the best that he gives.
Yep.
The best that he gives. And so that's really, really powerful. There's something that only she can pour into him. So men, I mean this with nothing but respect. We can buy services for everything we need right now. Every single thing. It doesn't mean that those services will pour into us the way the right woman will. If women are truly multipliers, well, guess what? She will multiply what you're already doing, what you already got. Oh, I knew it was something I meant to talk about. Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. Did you hear about this?
I heard a little bit about it.
Obviously, they're still going through their divorce, but it came back up again that she gave him like $52 million to settle some of his debt. And what she got in return was a man who still cheated on her. That's what was going around. What do you think about that scenario?
Well, the money shouldn't even been a factor in that. You know what I mean? That's two different things, because you could have gave him 0 and he could have still cheated, right? So I don't even know what one has to do with the other. But you should have got to know Kanye a little bit better. That's my opinion. You should have got to know him better. I mean, you both are celebrities. You knew, or you should have known a little bit more about him before just, I wouldn't have gave him $52 million in the beginning, but again, one don't have anything to do with the other. You should have got to know him a little bit better, because they did jump in a relationship kind of quick. So not getting to know him, and then also, what did you lack?
Okay.
I mean, I'm just being fair to Kanye as well. What did you lack? Because sometimes we can be consumed with our own, meaning, oh, I'm a celebrity, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this. You forget about your wifely duties. Like, did you neglect him? Did he just step out because you wasn't fulfilling what he needed? I don't know. But I'm saying it's unfair for me to judge Kanye without hearing the whole story.
Okay, that's fair. Now, ladies and gentlemen, anytime.
And I also ain't making an excuse, because if she wasn't doing it, I'm not saying it was right to cheat. But two sides to every story. Fair.
We're going to get it. Oh, on our flyer, I should have known this. Renee has her finger up like this. That finger be working. When she on a roll, y'all watch that finger. We have a segment with the finger. So there we go. Look at that finger. Look at that finger. I told y'all. All right, so here we go. I did some reading on it, first of all, because I had not heard about this. But from what I found, the 50-something million was to business debt. His fashion line was suffering. He owed a lot of people money, and she actually did stroke a check to take care of that business debt. Also, what I found, now look, I found on the internet, I'm just repeating what I found on the internet, is that she did get paid back. People were saying she had $200 million when they got together, and Kanye should have just said he was broke. I mean, if he was broke, why did he just say that? He wasn't broke. He had $300 million when they got together. That was a separate line of business. So they were talking about, well, after he got with her, now he's a billionaire. Okay, true. This is just something that I found. I don't know if this person really knows, but they said that Kanye has never been happier since they got together, now that they're starting to divorce. That he was under, in their words, like some type of spell where he was pulling back from friends, noticeably Jay-Z and Kanye.
And Beyonce.
And they started getting more and more distance between them, and that there were more things that were just changing in his circle that people just were not happy with. Well, let me take that back. They just didn't think he was happy with is the right way to describe what I found. And now these same people are saying he's in a much better space now because he feels like, he can do better again. Okay, look, it's the internet's, you just don't know what's real and what's not. I will submit to you, though, that coming into a relationship like that, on equal financial footing, they were on equal financial footing, that transaction wasn't a bad transaction because she did not lose. It was an investment. It was her husband. It wasn't her boyfriend. And I believe that for some reason, people are putting boyfriend and girlfriend level on husband and wife level. It ain't the same. It's just not the same. So when you look at something a wife does for her husband, if you ain't a wife, don't put yourself in those shoes.
And it wasn't like he didn't, I mean, like he was a broke guy when she met him. I mean, he had his own success.
More from a monetary standpoint.
Exactly.
He had more money and more assets than she did. So don't make it seem like Kanye is on the same level as your friend Kevin who been screwing you over. It's a whole different ball game. Whole different ball game.
Yeah, we've seen him since he's been away from her. He just released the album that, you know, that's the great seller, I see.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he seems like he's back to Kanye.
He's doing something.
Something.
Getting it going. Listen, the Met Gala happened also recently. I think it was last week. Might have been this week. We reached out to one of our good friends to give us a recap of the Met Gala. Now, I saw some outfits that I thought were just, you know, absolutely insane. I saw some of them that were like, wow, that's really, really, really nice. Did you see any of the photos? What do you think?
I thought some of them were really, really nice. And some of them were...
So we got a Met Gala recap. We're gonna play. We're gonna have our reporter in the field, Jess Hilarious, give us a synopsis of the Met Gala, and we'll come back and talk about it. Go ahead and roll Met Gala recap.
Good afternoon, it's Jess with the mess, and my news is real. Kid Cudi at Met Gala.
I walk a lonely road, the only road that I have ever known.
Natalia Bryant.
What in the disco ball pinata is going on here?
J-Lo.
What in the Indiana Jones at prom is going on here?
Kim Kardashian.
What in the idiot bitch is she walking up them steps scaring people half to death? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Bitch, I'm scared.
Alicia Keys.
What in the Ashley Stewart's is giving First Lady of the Church?
Sierra.
What in the Fashion Nova is going on? What the hell was the thing?
Dwayne Wade. Meg Thee Stallion.
Oh, she's beautiful. Bitch, them toes was determined not to touch that floor.
Naomi Osaka.
Now what?
Betty White.
Wow.
Gymnast Nia Dennis.
What in the this ain't the place is going on here? She said.
A$AP Rocky and Rihanna.
No, he did not toss them Captain Crunch to give us a big bag of nothing. He went from cereal to ballet, looking like he about to park somebody's damn car. Sit down. Look like one of the damn staff. Maybe it's cold in there. She got on a damn comforter too.
Kehlani.
Now she looks stunning. But what the fuck is she doing? And Big Sean. Hold up.
Gabrielle Union.
What in the fresh coloring book page is going on here?
Miss Jackson.
And that was just hilarious. With the recap from the Met Gala. Man, look, some of that stuff, I understand high fashion. I get avant-garde and, you know, forward thinking. I understand all of that. Some of that stuff simply just was not good at all. Just not. Just
What's
not
Dwayne
good.
Wade doing?
I don't know. I don't know.
God. And I'm like her, what was the Captain Crunch jacket?
Okay, now, see, I understand the Met Gala is high fashion.
I get it.
And, you know, you get this designer and their vision, and you know what? You're a celebrity. You can do it. Some things, just because you can do it, don't mean you should. I'm like, dang. Now, Sierra was wearing that dress, but come on now. It was a football jersey dress.
And maybe that was the intent.
I mean, I get it, but
and
a football jersey dress.
Thinking, I can wear it. And she did.
She did. And like she had a little shoulder pad, football player shoulder pad, not the dress shoulder pad. Russell, her husband's number, and a football in her hand.
And all of it was something.
I mean, it was definitely something. Now, don't get it twisted. She looked good in it. Now, I believe from the ones that I saw, what Jennifer Lopez had on, I think she killed it.
I don't. I have to agree with Jess. What in the world was that?
What?
And Kim Kardashian, where were you
Oh,
going?
no, yeah, no.
Who you trying to scare?
No.
Or rob?
No. No. Now remember when Kanye was doing his listening, he had a mask on, and now she had the black mask on. So maybe they're having this this death theme because their marriage is dying. It's plausible. Didn't nobody ask you. But anyway.
It's possible, considering we talking about Kanye.
And Kim. Now you know Kim all about the media. That's how she was thrust into the limelight.
That is true.
That sex tape.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm a fan of Chloe and Halle Bailey. Now, one of them is playing Ariel in a live-action movie version of the Little Mermaid. I think that's Halle.
That's Halle.
Okay, yeah. I think before they blew up, I used to watch them on YouTube, and I thought they were very talented, and I still think they're very talented. Eclectic, the way they do what they do, just really, really nice. Mm-hmm. All right, that's Chloe. Halle is more courageous. She's the more courageous. They're both beautiful young ladies now. Mm-hmm. Halle's the more courageous. Chloe's the more courageous one. She came out with a picture recently of a band around her top and looking really, really, really sexy. Mm-hmm. Did you see the picture? Mm-mm. Now, she was exuding all type of sex appeal. And when I looked at it, I felt like I was looking at one of my children.
Right.
And I'm like, what? Put your clothes on. So she was getting some backlash, and they were like, well, why are you showing so much skin? Her response was, because it's my body, I like it, and I want to. What do you think about that?
I agree with her.
Oh, man.
I agree with her because, one, what determines too much skin?
You got to see this picture.
Like, well, I got to see the picture
like
before
she got a belt basically wrapped around, and the rest of her breasts are exposed. That's what it looks like to me. It's like a band about the size of a belt that a man wears.
Well, I can't make an assumption on that because now I'm changing my mind. I need to see the picture.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to put it to you like this. For me, and this is not my child.
Okay.
I just saw someone my daughter's age.
Wait, Chloe who?
Bailey.
Okay, and Halle who?
Bailey.
The sisters.
The sisters.
Oh.
Now, Chloe, I believe Chloe's the older of the two by like a year or so. Mm-hmm. Now, and she's over 21. The bottom line of it is, though, and this is just me now, you know, when Janet Jackson decided to take her clothes off and be more sexy, she was damn near 30.
But
when Toni Braxton did it, she was in her 30s. Madonna, damn near 30. And it seems like it's getting younger and younger and younger. And from my standpoint, it's almost like this society has a this predisposal to sexualizing women, younger and younger and younger. And it just bugs me.
So I have mixed feelings about it. One, Janet, Toni, and everybody else, Madonna, they're in a total different generation.
Yeah.
You know, and times have definitely changed. It isn't just about the way they put women out there, but let's just go here. In our day, and I sound so old when I say our day, boys did not wear that nappy hair, you know, that they sit here and do this twisted thing too. We were raised in a generation where you had a haircut, you brushed your hair, and that was a part of your presentation. You know, you did not see boys wear this. Just it got worse and worse. Well, I've seen grown men do it. I'm like, you nasty. Wear they pants sagging. That wasn't even something. When we were in school, you always knew you got to have on a belt. That was just presentable. Presentation was everything. And now today, you see kids, and it's acceptable for them to wear their hair like that. That's ugly. It says a lot about, and now, even to the point where HR, you can't discriminate based off of the way somebody wear their hair. But, you know, it was unacceptable. We wouldn't hire you if your hair wasn't combed. That was a part of hygiene.
You know, now, this is where you and I disagree. Because I can see, I'm right there with you, same generation. Yeah, you know, I've never had more. I had a little high top, maybe 2 inches, but other than that, it's always been low and faded. Always, until I can't grow it no more. But the bottom line of it is, I completely get that. Over-policing our hair and our looks by white people is rooted in something else. It's like they're telling us that we can't look how we look naturally. You got to conform. The difference is with Chloe. That's something that doesn't just happen in our community. Of course, our young little girls are over-sexualized. It happens in white communities too. When you think about Britney Spears, when she first came out, she had the schoolgirl outfit on in pigtails on purpose. That was like soft porn to some men. And I remember reading about that when it came out. There was a undercurrent of it being perverse because she was in a school, pigtails, and it just looked like it was appealing to pedophilia.
But again, I mean, how long has porn, how long has the sex trafficking been going on? I mean, it was under the table, but it was going on for
absolutely
years and years and years. And I agree, it's pedophiles that's stimulated by that.
All I'm saying is, when it comes to hair, I put hair in a different category with Chloe Bailey. Honestly, when her and her sister went to the Met Gala, they were wearing some elegant clothing. They still were looking very beautiful. They still were exuding a certain amount of confidence and sex appeal. And I thought that was really, really cool. Now, there's a video where Chloe did a VMA performance. I haven't watched it, but they were saying that she was channeling her Beyonce. Beyonce didn't even take off no clothes until she was in her mid-20s. At 21 or something like that, Destiny's Child, they were dressed pretty conservatively, all things considered. They were still dressing, you know, I won't call it provocative. They were accentuating their looks. But Matthew Knowles didn't play that.
Right.
So I'm seeing the trend where it's getting younger and younger and younger. On OnlyFans, there's a young white lady, the Cash Me Out girl. I can't think of her name, but she was on Dr. Phil, and she was like, cash me outside, you know, sounding like a little black girl. And she launched a rapping career. She can't rap worth a damn, but people follow her. When she turned 21, she started an OnlyFans, and it sold out. Well, not sold out, but she made a lot of money in one day, and that tells me there have been people following her, waiting on her to get old enough so they can now justify their looking at her.
That's right.
So I just see that as problematic. Maybe I'm a little old school, old fashioned, whatever the case. You can call me what you want. And from my perspective, I believe that Chloe can do whatever she want to do. It's her body, her choice. I just think that she could have waited a little later. But that's my unsolicited opinion on that. Speaking of opinions, actually speaking on facts. Now, you know, when the trend kind of was going with women cutting the side of their hair and stuff, did you ever do that?
I still do it. See, on this side it's cut kind of short.
Okay.
But you talking about shaved, right? I used to have it shaved too.
Really? Did you go to the barber have it done, or you do it yourself?
I did both.
Both? Okay. Do you know there are rules in the barbershop?
Yes.
What are some of the rules in the barbershop?
It's no different than a beauty salon.
Oh, I love it.
So let's go.
So give me some rules in the beauty salon.
Okay, so wait. Let's talk about. Are you talking about state board rules, or are you
Oh,
talking
no,
about in-house rules?
In-house rules.
What's discussed in the barbershop, just like Vegas, stay in the barbershop.
All right, same thing in the beauty salon.
Same thing.
Okay.
Yes, same thing.
Okay, there's another rule in the barbershop. I don't know if y'all have this rule or not.
What is it?
I got a video to show it to you.
Okay.
Now, I need y'all to understand, I got a story to tell y'all after you see this rule, but it's a hard rule in the barbershop. So go ahead and roll this clip. This is barbershop rules. Roll that
You
clip.
know what's fucked up? When you can't avoid eye contact with your barber. When he's right in front of you, and he lifts up your chin and he's like, look me right in my eyes, bitch. And he's like, oh my God, look right at me, bitch. Look, let me see.
And you try to avoid it, just your eyes
and
doing
you're just
this,
like
everything.
And you're just like, dude, and he's like, nope.
Hey, you just got to start counting ceiling tiles.
Bro, when your barber get right in your face and he's like, let me see how you look. Because you look. Let me see. And you looking right in his eyes and you're like, bro, can you fucking look away for a second? And he's like, nah, I need to see the symmetry. Bro, you know what's worse? My barber, my motherfucking homeboy, Mike, just looked me dead in my eyes and he was like, oh, I'm sorry. And it's like, bitch, you apologize?
Hard rule. You do not look your barber in the eye.
Why not?
Greg, will you tell her that you don't look the barber in the eye? It's a hard rule in the barbershop. You don't do it.
But
you don't do it.
Not?
Because, all right, now just keeping it real, and I don't care what you think about this. It is what it is.
Okay.
At a certain part, nobody should be this close to your face.
That's right.
Okay. Now, in some instances, the barber checking you out, he's about just a little further away from that. That's personal space. Okay. Now look at him.
So you look at him.
You look at him. It's personal.
Right.
So you don't do it. It's a hard rule. It's in the rule book.
In the beauty salon, I will say, like, you have a mirror, and
Okay.
like I'm in the chair and my stylist is doing my hair, and so the mirror, I can see her and she's staring at me as she cutting. So you try not to make eye contact there too.
It's the same thing. What you looking at?
Right. And like I know when my stylist, like, if she cutting, I'm looking to see how much of my hair she cut, and if she look at me, I look away.
Look at him. I want y'all to understand this now. I haven't had a haircut in decades, and I ain't even playing when I say decades. When I say haircut, I cut my own hair, but I mean like a fade. Right. It's been decades, for real. Decade and a half, when I think about it. Okay, so here we go. I got my beard shaped up. There's this young lady. Her name is Fee. Fee Goggins or Gogans. I'm sorry, Fee, if I mispronounce your last name. She's called She's the Barber. And when I tell you that she is off the chain, other barbers watch her cut hair. Other barbers watch her sculpt a beard. Other barbers take classes from her. She is that dope. She's the Barber on IG. Listen, I went and got my beard done. It was all woolly. And, you know, I was trying to find a good barber. Somebody referred me to her when she was in Atlanta. I went, and she started hooking it up. Now, don't get it twisted. Fee is a very attractive woman. She has some very, very nice eyes. And she got in front of me, and she's a woman now. Don't get it twisted. I'm like, don't do it. Don't look at her. Don't look at her. But I can see her, when she blinked, her eyelashes up. It's a woman. It's a woman. And I was this close. I don't know if y'all can see this little space between my fingers. But I was this close to breaking the rules because her eyes are so pretty. Now, don't get it twisted, Fee. No disrespect. But the bottom line of it is, it was tough.
Yeah.
That's the only time it's ever been tough. Other times, no big deal. I ain't looking. But with her, I'm like, I just want to look. I just want to look in your eyes.
You held it together.
I did. It was tough though. I ain't even gonna front. All right, we're getting close to the end of the show, but let's bring it back to where we started. Black men and black women getting along. I got one last video that we'll play before we close the show out. And it's keeping things new with surprises. Sometimes, fellas, if we just take control of the emotional health in our relationships, if we take control of it, the relationship will be better. Here is what I mean by taking control of it. If you create a safe environment where your wife or your woman feels comfortable talking to you, she will talk to you and open up to you. But if you make it judgmental, or you take something and you turn it back around on her or use it against her, she will come at you in some instances. Because there's some women that can certainly throw some verbal punches. And you might not be ready for some of those verbal punches that she can throw. She's been trying to spare your feelings. But when you create the right type of environment where you might have a disagreement, but you're not disagreeable. You may have a difference of opinion. You never become disrespectful. A woman will flourish in that type of relationship. So that's what I mean when you take control of the emotional health in your relationship. I want to play this video about a surprise dinner date. And it's really just the husband surprising his wife. Surprises go a long way, not like a surprise baby. That ain't what I'm talking about. I mean a good surprise. So we're going to play this video and we'll come back and talk about it.
Hey, baby, you almost ready?
Yeah.
You ready for this date? We going to a special place. Man, you know it's a surprise. You know I ain't about to release that. But I tell you what, you are dressed for the occasion, though. Come on, baby.
Why can't I see where we're going?
Because it's a surprise, I tell you. Are you blindfolded? Are you peeking?
No, I'm not.
Well, come on.
Okay.
Baby, we here. The big reveal in 3 seconds.
Can I take it off
Wait,
now?
in 3 seconds. I'm going to count down and I'm going to take it off, all right?
Okay.
All right. Look to your right, baby. What? Taco Bell's not easy. You see the Taco Bell?
Bring.
Bro, you said you wanted some tacos, some burrito tacos.
Taco Bell?
Yeah.
Why would you take me to Taco Bell after I
You
got
said you wanted some burrito tacos.
They don't have burrito tacos.
Oh, snap. Oh,
Brandy.
dang, bro.
I would have been mad. Oh my God. He could have when he got the tacos on his own.
Oh my God. Do you see how she set it out? She was dressed up.
And she was excited.
Hair did. I mean,
You told me you dressed for the occasion.
man, look at here. Ladies and gentlemen, well, men, I want you to understand, while she was prepping in the mirror, the clock had started. Now, it stopped when they got to Taco Bell. Don't get it twisted. It reset, as a matter of fact. It went to 1 hour and 40 minutes. But when she was getting dressed, the clock had started. Surprise your woman. They don't take much. You saw how happy she was. Now, what would you have done with Taco Bell, though?
I would have been like her. Taco Bell.
You done went through all this to take me to Taco Bell.
I would have been, let's go home.
You wouldn't have got no chalupa?
She said she wanted Dorito tacos.
Burrito taco, whatever it was.
Doritos tacos.
Oh.
Because they do have Dorito tacos.
They do?
Mm-hmm.
I've never had one of those.
Oh, they good.
Well, all I know is men surprise your woman. Did you see how happy she was until they got to Taco Bell? You see how excited?
Disappointed.
I mean, but we don't know what happened after the video because he stopped it. I'm sure that he was just playing. He took her somewhere nice.
And he took that mask. I'm like, there we go, right here.
Look to your right.
Look to your right. And she...
I love it. That
was a joke on him. He was
of course.
A joke.
He was stunned for TikTok, for likes and views.
Yep.
Now, I need y'all to understand something. Men, if you have your woman, wife, partner, mate, go through all that to get ready, man, you better deliver. I mean, you should have had everything planned out. Because when she gets dolled up like that, that's for you. Don't get it twisted. Twisted. One of them. I can't speak today worth nothing. I've been messing up all show long. Don't get it twisted. There's some instances where some women will dress up to put on a show for other women. But that night, oh, she was doing that for him. Notice how the dress fit her curves. Notice how the top fit her curves. Makeup was done impeccably. Hair was laid. Looked like she went to run Renee Studios back in the day. Hair was laid. She had some eyelashes on. Eyelashes were going like this when she... But the bottom line of it is, I mean, it was laid. So fellas, if you have your woman and your wife, your partner, your mate, go through that type of stuff, you better bring the funk. And if you can't bring the funk and you need some help, I coach men to help you be better daters. 470-251-4647 is the number here. I need you to lock that number in. Renee, any final thoughts about men and women in our community getting along better?
No, just reiterate communication, effective communication.
Very, very important. Communication is the key. Also, just keeping it real. Men, make sure you work on your relationship harder than you work on your job. Don't get it twisted. We do need to bring some income in. We do need to have several income streams. You can't give everything you got to your job and come home tired every single day. That's not a healthy work-life balance, first of all, and that's not healthy for your relationship. Save the best parts of you for your relationship. Do a great job. Give the right amount of energy to that job or that career, whatever it is. But don't leave it all at the job. Save the best of you for your relationship. Also, women, last thing I'll give you is this. When you're talking to a man and you are not happy, don't talk to him man to man. I need you to understand what I'm saying. There are some men that don't know how to handle interpersonal conversations with men anyway. They never grew up with their father. They never saw their father talk to their wife or their mother in a respectful and decent way. So all they're hearing is, "What's up, bruh?" So when you have to express your displeasure, and I'm not saying don't express your displeasure, I'm saying just don't do it man to man, because you're not a man. Speak to him like a woman. I ain't saying be soft about it. I ain't saying, bow down and all this other stuff. I'm just saying don't speak to him man to man. You know exactly what I mean. Don't use the B word when you're talking to this man. Don't speak to him man to man. Have a conversation like a woman who's not happy, who wants to be in a better place. That'll be very effective right there. Listen, we do this every Saturday from 6 o'clock p.m. to 8 o'clock p.m. right here on Manifest TV. Manifest TV is powered by the Status Network. I need you to follow all of our social media channels. IG is manifesttv.status. Facebook is Status Network LLC. Periscope is status_network_. Twitter is status_network_. We are on the Amazon Fire Stick and on Roku as Status Network, Manifest TV, and you will find us on YouTube as Manifest TV. Renee, on social media, how can people find you?
It's PRETIIIZ.
3 eyes.
3 eyes at Instagram.
All right, love it. You can find me as Talk with Jeffery all over social media. That's Jeffery, all over social media, everywhere except for Snapchat. I'm not snapping. I'm not chatting. I'm definitely too old for that. This has been a great show, great conversation. I hope you learned something. Come back and check us out again next Saturday. This has been fun, but right now, we are out.
And there you have it. Thanks for joining us on Let's Talk About It Live with Jeffery and Renee. Watching is the best decision you'll ever make. And make sure you join us next Saturday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. only on www.statusnetwork.net. Jeffery.